That is never going to happen. You know why?
Why?
Because Jake Paul will be ended. And Bevel can't knock him out. Berlanga ain't going to knock him out.
You can't handle Tank?
No.
Not competitive?
Welcome to the Ring with the Parley with your hosts, Kendall Gill and TLO, where they duke it out over the current events of the sweet science. Moderated by Mindy Bryant, with correspondent Alex Correa of the Squared Circle Report. Sponsored by 6040.
What's up, boxing fans? Welcome into the Parlay alongside 15-year NBA veteran who's back in studio. I don't know if y'all saw the crap I was talking when Nate was here. We missed you, big dog. Welcome back, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm back. My Sox jersey on, South Side.
Very nice.
Represent.
Show them real quick the 13 of it.
Show the 13 right there. That's my number.
1, 3.
Ozzie Guillen would say it's his, but it's also mine as well. We're kind of having a down year this year, but we got the sweetest jerseys in the league.
Jerry, this is a sign. We love Grady right now, but Ozzie,
Ozzie can step back.
Come on, mend that together. Come on.
That's right.
We want that.
Let's do it.
The Parlay is sponsored by Glory Wash Pro. If you want cement cleaning, house cleaning, pressure washer cleaning, these guys take care of business. You want to check them out. His name is Johnny Castro. Link is in the description box and in the description in general. You got to check them out. It is Glory Wash Pro, LLC. They'll take good care of you. KG, man, a lot's happened since I seen you last, man.
Yeah.
It's been a crazy world in boxing, as it always is. It's not always pretty, as we like to say.
That's true.
But we're gonna get down to the main headlines here real quick, obviously. But before we do that, we want to give shout outs to the local Chicago boxers who are putting in the work at all the boxing gyms, from Unanimous to Sam Colonial Boxing to 312 Boxing to Hyper Fitness Boxing, all the way to
Oakley Fight Club.
As well. Brock's Northside Evanston Boxing Gym. And the ones that I haven't mentioned, you guys are doing an amazing job. We're going to be out there this fall covering a lot of your fights, a lot of your training camps. And so, we're happy to be here and spotlight Chicago boxing, because really it is a big community, and we love our boxing.
No, it is.
And if it's from Chicago, we love it even more because we're from here. So.
You know what?
But man, we're going to be doing this episode, right? And this is happening right before it, but Floyd Mayweather's back in the ring.
Yeah. He's fighting Peter, what is his name?
Gotti. I forgot.
Gotti the third?
Yeah, Gotti the third.
Yeah, but I saw Floyd training. Has this woman now that can simulate the same patterns as Roger once did. Mm-hmm. And he looks pretty good. I mean, Floyd keeps himself in shape anyways.
Yeah.
You guys all know how the first Mayweather-Gotti exhibition fight turned out. Well, I think that Floyd is going to be more serious this time because of what this guy Gotti did.
Yeah.
Because of the disrespect that he's shown Floyd in that fight.
Now this happened during in the middle of a round, right?
In the middle of
Gotti just exploded.
He just exploded, but he was losing anyway. Floyd was carrying him. But sometimes guys in amateurs' minds, they think that they're on a pro level. Much like years ago when TLO thought that he was on my level playing basketball, and we played.
Why won't we do that right now? What are we doing?
What was the score of that game?
It was 0-10, 10-0.
10-0. Okay?
I scored no points.
So that's why I say all these guys on the street, I can play in the NBA. I can get in there with Floyd Mayweather. No, you can't.
Let me tell you something, man. I can never forget that. When I hoop with my boys, I always tell them I did not realize how respect to the hoopers, respect to the pros.
You don't realize the level of talent and IQ and everything that professionals have.
Yeah.
That's why I think that this guy Gotti's in trouble this time.
Yeah.
You go back, you look at Logan Paul when he fought Floyd. Logan Paul was over 200 pounds. Mm-hmm. But guess what? Floyd Mayweather, who's a welterweight, walked him down.
Yeah.
The reason why? There are levels to boxing. There are levels to basketball. There are levels to everything in life. That's why I think that Floyd goes in here now. He really destroys this guy this time.
For sure. Big money grab for him, obviously, doing his thing. I think we'll get to see Floyd still being very good at his craft. And I can't wait to see it. Just because of that, no, it reminds me of Shakur Stevenson, in which I'm the guy on the internet that says I don't have no problem with how he's boxing because it is beautiful. Like it is a defensive masterclass, boxer. He turns it on when he feels like he needs to turn it on. The only thing I've said about Shakur Stevenson, which right now he's signed with Eddie Hearn, Matchroom. I think it's for maybe just one fight. We don't know.
Yeah.
But with Shakur Stevenson, we talk about his pay-per-view ability or his style and how he can attract more fans or garner an audience. Do you feel the same way as me, where you appreciate it, or do you want to see him open up more?
I want to see him open up more. His past 2 fights, he hasn't opened up at all. He's shown us the sweet science, but that really doesn't put butts in seats, and it doesn't make people pay to see you fight. A couple fights ago, 3 or 4 fights ago, he was stopping guys with body shots beautifully. I mean, just placing them in the right way. But he's not doing that anymore. Yeah. And I think that he needs to get back to that. There's talks about him fighting Tank and stuff like that. He won't be able to.
You think he can't handle Tank?
No.
Not competitive?
I think it'll be competitive, but I think Tank eventually stops him.
Figures him out.
Yeah, I think he figures him out like he figures everybody.
But let me ask you though. You're a former boxer. And you've trained a lot. Like if you get hit with a shot and it hurt you and you felt it, wouldn't you go to what you know, which is you go use the ring and
you go defensive minded. But sometimes you can't do that. Sometimes you got to fight because you look at a guy like Tank in his last fight, patient.
Against Martin.
Walked Frank Martin down, kept his hands up, kept a high guard, continued to walk him down. Frank Martin he couldn't box that whole fight. He had to eventually at some point sit down and fight.
Yeah.
And when that point came, Tank knocked him out.
Yeah. Well, Tank knew when to put the pressure on.
It's
time.
And a lot of people don't understand. Yeah, Tank is a brawler, but Tank is smart.
Yeah.
Okay, he's a smart boxer as well. I've seen him spar a couple times at Mayweather Boxing Gym, and his IQ for boxing is just on an elite level. Yeah. And that's why I think that nobody beats him in that division. 140, 135. Maybe my man Kenneth Sims Jr., from Chicago, maybe. I think he gives Tank a run for his money because he's bigger. He's a big 100. Naturally, he's a big 140-pounder. So, we'll see. Hopefully Kenny gets that fight one of these days. Kenny, hopefully you make us proud, brother.
Yeah. Well, he did a couple weeks ago. Yeah, Kenny, big shout out to you, my boy.
Yeah.
Taking that W. And we talked about you mentioned Floyd's Mayweather gym. We're gonna get to our next subject here in a second, but I talked to Nate last week or 2 weeks ago about the Floyd Mayweather doghouse,
right?
That sparring session, and if you don't know, Mayweather has. And I don't know if he still does, and I forgot to ask Nate, you spar, and it doesn't stop until one person quits.
It doesn't,
no. And so I asked him, isn't that dangerous? He was like, it could be dangerous. It's probably illegal, in some places. And I asked him if he does it in his gym. He was like, I do a version of it. But when you talk about Tank and that Frank Martin fight, it always reminds me like how he knew he was getting hit, but I seen he didn't feel it. He was like, I can take these punches, I'm good.
Yeah,
and I know exactly when to turn it on. And as soon as I saw Martin get stuck in a corner, I was like, get out of the corner, dog. Move, keep moving, and
anytime you get
beautiful
stuck,
left foot.
Yeah, anytime you get stuck in a corner with Tank, it's going to end up bad for you. I mean, you look at Leo Santa Cruz.
Oh, one of the greatest counters I've seen.
When Leo was throwing that straight right hand 3 times in a row, and then Tank just slipped it to the left and boom, came with the uppercut. That's why he's so smart, man. He knows what punches to throw, how to slip, how to put you in position.
Yeah.
That's why, pound for pound. I'm surprised he's not like higher on the pound for pound list.
Yeah.
Because he should be.
Yeah. Oh, he's like 7 in most lists? Yeah, 7 or 8.
I think he's top 5 easy.
Yeah. Around that division, I don't know if we kind of talked about this a little bit, but, the Terrence Crawford card, we saw Isaac Pitbull Cruz get completely, I guess, I don't want to say outclassed, but he was exposed against Venezuela.
Yeah.
He was exposed and it brought, we know that he doesn't have that much of a reach, and that's all there. But he's always figured out a way to get in. And Valenzuela, I mean, wow, the jab, move, wow, you know, man, just doing the standard defensive boxing set, and he was successful throughout the whole.
Right, I mean, and he kept turning them, you know, turn them. You remember Brother Nassim? I don't know his last name, but Nassim. Brother Nassim. From Philly.
Yeah, from Philly. Yeah. Rest in peace, right?
May rest in peace. Yes. He had the perfect game plan against Pacquiao. He said, turn him when he was training Shane Mosley.
Yeah.
Shane Mosley, unfortunately, you know, Shane ended up losing that fight, but that was the game plan.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you saw against Pitbull Cruz.
Yeah.
He was being turned every time. And then because he has a high guard, he walks in, he was getting uppercutted, boom, every time. And then all of a sudden he would get turned. And that's exactly why he lost that fight.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. I had a feeling this would happen because of the reach. But Pitbull now has to find a way to combat that, because he's gonna have mad trouble now moving forward. Yeah. This competition is not gonna get any easier.
No, it's not
when it comes to it. So, you know, Canelo and Berlanga. Last week or 2 weeks ago, I talked to Nate, and he's still trying to, you know, him and Berlanga's camp have been in talks still. Even recently, I texted him, and there's still some discussions being had. I got to ask you, do you think Berlanga has a puncher's chance? And I'm going to follow the question up with something else. But do you think he has a puncher's chance?
Everybody has a puncher's chance, but you're looking at one of the guys that has one of the best chins in boxing. And if Bivol can't knock him out, Berlanga ain't gonna knock him out.
But Berlanga has a lot of power, though.
He has a lot of power, but still, Canelo has seen his power before.
Okay.
You know, and you know, if Triple G can't knock Canelo out, what makes you think Berlanga?
The first fight, Triple G. Because after that, I think Triple G was not.
You don't think he was the same?
After 2 and 3, he wasn't the same. The first one, he was at the
last thing to go is your power now.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Canelo, one, he's great defensively. Okay, he's a master of slipping punches. Learned that from the Floyd Mayweather fight. Yeah. Then he can take a shot. Okay. Then he has great offensive skills.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the reason why, you know, if the Crawford Canelo fight ever happens, you know, and I become a Terrence Crawford fan.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't before, but I become.
What good reason?
I become one.
I like you, Terrence. Don't think I hate you. I'm sure you think I hate you.
Love you too. I mean, number one pound for pound. But I think for those reasons, he doesn't beat Canelo.
My follow-up question was that I feel like, you know, and we just heard Canelo talk about Billy Joe Saunders recently, saying that it was one fighter that he didn't really like, and it was him because of the crap he talked. Yeah, he was so happy how it ended.
Oh yeah, broke his eye orbit.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. But I also saw in that fight, the first couple rounds, I don't even think Canelo won a round. I'm sure it was by choice, Canelo taking his time, but there was a moment where I saw Canelo during that fight, and I said, "Damn, like, Canelo, you better turn it up."
Right.
You know, you look a little frustrated, and what I told myself was, I know that in the second leg of that tour. That Canelo was irritated. Like, you know, when Canelo's irritated, you can see him mad, you can see him a little flustered, and you know when it's for show. Yeah. And I think Berlanga, on purpose, you know, he had to sell the fight, which is fine. You know,
he sold it.
He sold it. We're good. We're ready for it. We want to see him get whooped now, right? Well, I don't want to see that, you know. But do you think Canelo, older now, right, has gone through all these wars, can get to a point where he potentially may get flustered in a fight like this, where it's so easy for him to win? It's like a buffet for him.
No.
And he finds himself in a precarious situation where he gets caught and then doesn't know how to recover.
Well, you remember Cotto's brother. I forget Cotto's brother.
Yeah, not Miguel.
That was a...
Yeah, I know you're talking about his brother.
Cotto's younger brother.
Canelo got hurt.
No, he got hurt in that fight. And he showed how he was able to recover. And then back then he was young. He was really young.
He got rocked.
Cotto
got him nasty with a left hook.
Yeah, so he knows how to deal with situations like that. I mean, look, in boxing, anything could happen. Yeah. However, I just don't think it's going to happen in this fight. Berlanga, talks with a lot of bravado, brings the Puerto Rican pride, of course, tries to beat Tito but nobody can bring it like Tito.
It's just
nobody can bring it like Tito.
And Berlanga, I'm going to be rooting for you. I just, when he's speaking Spanish, it's like, nah, man, just keep speaking English.
Yeah.
You from New York, you know what I'm saying?
Like New York, you're not from the island.
Right? You a Brooklyn, Puerto Rican,
Yeah, you're not from the island.
It's fine.
So, but he carries his Puerto Rican pride, which is cool.
Yeah. But
I think that sells this fight. This has been a plan all along.
For sure.
One for Canelo to fight Munguia, then fight Berlanga, then maybe Benavidez, the fight we really want to see.
Yeah. Or Terrence.
And look, maybe he fights Terrence next after Berlanga. If he beats Berlanga, fights Terrence next, then fights Benavidez, then calls it a career.
Yeah. That'd be fine. That'd be perfect.
Because I think if he wins all three of these fights that we just talked about, he goes down as the greatest Mexican fighter of all time. If he wins.
I'll give you that.
Okay?
I'll give you that. Yeah.
Because, and I think that Canelo not only fights for money, he's fighting for legacy now as well. You know? And because if he beats Terrence Crawford and he beats Benavidez, those are 2 pound for pound guys, 2 undefeated guys.
What can you say to that?
You can't say anything. And you say the only guys that he lost to is Beaver, who was much bigger than him.
Yeah.
And Floyd, who's possibly the greatest of all time.
Sure. Oscar De La Hoya has been on a tear recently.
Oh my God.
I don't know if you check his Thursday clapback Thursdays segment.
Was that when he was dancing by the hot tub with his
That's the separate with his girl.
Oh, okay.
But that happened this week too, on Monday.
Oscar, we don't need to see all that, Oscar. You do not need to see that, bro.
It was bad. If it's on the internet somewhere, you can find it. But I wasn't talking about that. There was 2 things that happened with Oscar this week. One, he went on Shay Shay, Club Shay Shay, which was a great interview, by the way.
It was.
Have you seen the whole thing? Or?
I haven't seen the whole thing, but I've seen clips of it.
Man, I saw the whole thing. Really good talk. Oscar being Oscar, but there was a lot of truth that he spoke. But his Clapback Thursday segments are quite hilarious.
Yeah.
It's always crap about Canelo, right? Going in on Berlanga, talking crap about he just talks crap about everything. But one of the things he said this week was the business of boxing. And Shannon Sharp, host of Club Shay Shay, sorry. He asked him, why will boxers ever fight 4 or 5 times a year ever again? Oscar was like, never gonna happen again.
Yeah, I agree.
And the reason for it is because of obviously the business portion of it, and to where back then fighters used to literally fight for number one, legacy, which is obviously, the one thing they would talk about, legacy and just to want to fight.
Yeah.
And now the first thing that fighters think is business.
Right.
Right? Because you have promoters now, you have to deal with. So I want to ask you, you as a former boxer, and as a former athlete in general, is if you were to be boxing today, is that something that you would consider first as well? Business first?
Business first, yeah. It's always business first.
Yeah. It's not far-fetched to think that now.
Yeah.
Because people get offended by it, but...
Yeah, it has to be business first, and then say, well, back in the day of the 4 Kings, Hagler, Hearn, Duran, Leonard, they fought everybody. Yeah, they fought everybody, but it was also business too.
Yeah.
They moved strategically too. They knew they had to fight each other, but you look at Sugar Ray Leonard, he waited a long time before he fought Hagler. Okay? It was just business. He let the fight build. You look at the way Floyd and Manny Pacquiao circled each other for a long time. In the end, it was just bigger money. They made $300 million.
Yeah.
They
wouldn't have made that back then.
They would have made it.
Better fight would have happened, but they wouldn't have made
better fight. But I think that it would have been the same fight anyway.
Floyd
outboxed him. So me being an athlete, it's always business.
Yeah.
I remember I had a chance to go to the Los Angeles Lakers, and I'm in the hotel, and I'm about to go to the Lakers press conference. They got my jersey. I still got the jersey, by the way. They got my jersey and everything, and Mitch Kupchak and Kurt Rambis are downstairs getting ready to take me over to the press conference. And I walk out of my hotel room, and all of a sudden my cell phone rings. It's Louis Katz, the owner of the New Jersey Nets, my prior team. He says, Kendall, don't go to the press conference. We're going to offer you $7 million for 1 year. So I say, mother. Because I really want to sign with the LA Lakers. I really want to go play with Kobe and Shaq. I really want to win some championships. The Lakers will offer me $5 million for 2 years. That's 2.5.
7 for 1 year.
7 for 1. So what am I to do? It's business. I had to go back and take the 7.
You took the 7 instead of the 5.
I had to go back and take the 7.
You made more in less time. I get it.
Yeah. But you know, and that's what athletes are faced with. Decisions like that.
Yeah.
You know, very hard. Yeah, you want to take that leap of faith. I want to go fight that guy.
Yeah.
But the money ain't right.
Yeah.
So I can't do it.
Yeah. I know it's a big salt in the wound for you, man. I know.
Yeah, man, listen, I could have had 3 championships.
You could have, man.
And listen, you know, I remember talking to Mitch, telling him my decision. I'm going to go back to the New Jersey Nets. He said, Kendall, you know, listen, I want you to think about this before you go back. He said, you know, we're not going to promise anything, but after, if we win a couple of championships, we'll take care of you. You know, my grandfather always told me, a bird in the hand is better than 2 in the bush. Right? So I had to go. I got this bird in the hand. I got this $7 million for 1 year, man. I got to go back.
You don't know if you're going to ever get the opportunity to get it.
Listen, you could go, you get hurt, you could do whatever, if things don't work out, you know, and you missed out on that $7 million.
Yeah.
But I also could have had them championships too, man.
Yeah, three rings, a couple more opportunities, right? Yeah.
That's right.
Post career, I get it.
Yeah.
You know, somebody who's taking full advantage of their career right now is Jake Paul.
Yes.
And we know what happened about a month ago, when he fought Mike Perry, and then we're now resetting back up to the Mike Tyson fight.
Right.
And you know, I keep telling my friends and buddies, oh, what if you're about to fight? What if you're about to fight? And I keep telling them I am not that excited for this fight.
I know.
I guess you'll tell me why, but the reason why I'm not that excited is because it's hard to imagine after what Mike just went through, and then after what I see from Jake Paul, that they I don't know, that they would allow, number one, either Jake to destroy Mike, or if Mike really is gonna. I mean, there's got to be some type of script. Am I tweaking? There's got to be some type of script here.
Yeah. Listen,
it can't be real.
Listen,
boxing.
Mike Tyson ain't losing to Jake Paul.
On script. On script.
He ain't losing to no Jake Paul. Look, let me tell you something.
I'm having trouble, KG, man. Convinced.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what.
Okay.
Jake showed a tremendous weakness in his game in the Mike Perry fight.
What was that?
I didn't even realize it until I watched the fight a couple times. Do you know Mike Perry? Mike Perry's a little dude.
Yeah.
Do you know that when Jake throws his jab, he leaves himself so wide open for the left hook? You go back and look at the fight. Mike Perry slipped to his left, boom, and hit Jake Paul with several left hooks and flush. What's going to happen when Mike Tyson does that to him? Somebody that knows how to do it, somebody that's much bigger than Perry, one of the hardest hitters in boxing history. You think Mike didn't see that? I'm sure Mike like, oh, shoot, I'm going to just slip to the left and hit him with this hook because he's wide open for it. If they fight, well, they are going to fight because the press conference was last week.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson by knockout with the left hook, guaranteed. As soon as Jake shoots that jab, he's going to slip to the left and hit him with that left hook. Guaranteed.
You think Mike got the stamina? What is it, 8 rounds? Is it 8 rounds?
8 rounds, 2 minutes a round. Yeah, you got it.
You got the stamina? Okay.
And look, if I'm Mike Tyson, I'm not losing to Jake Paul. I'm gonna train my ass off.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna come in shape. And actually, at the press conference, Mike looked like he was in shape.
Yeah.
You know, he had a little stomach thing. What, did he have ulcer or something?
Yeah, ulcer. Yeah.
Yeah, something. Okay, but listen, I'm glad it's not 3-minute rounds.
Yeah.
Okay, but if it's 2-minute rounds, I'm going with Tyson all day. And I don't know what the odds are in Vegas, but I hope that Tyson is the underdog.
Yeah.
I'm making a lot of money
on it.
Yep.
Let me ask you a question. You still think you could take Jake?
Oh yeah.
Without a doubt, right?
Without a doubt. I mean, shoot, I still train all the time. You know? And well, there's a reason why they didn't fight me. after the Nate Robinson fight. I mean, this was, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but 4 or 5 years ago.
Update our audience just in
Jake
case.
Paul knocked out my NBA frat brother, Nate Robinson, which I totally expected because, Nate did not
train well.
Or
he didn't train well.
He really didn't know anything about boxing on the sweet side.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know this. I've been in boxing in the ring since I was 8 years old. And this is not new to me. I called out Jake Paul several times and, have been in contact with his promoter and everybody like that. And they, asked me to be on the card, but then they decided me not to be on the card. I was supposed to be on the card and fight Frank Gore, which they went and got my Illinois alumni,
Williams.
Darren Williams. How did I forget my?
It's okay. I forget names all the time.
Yeah. So they put him on the card instead of me. There's a reason for that, because they knew once I took care of Gore, then it was going to be a fight. I'm going to call out Jake Paul, and everybody would demand it.
If they give you the right number, you down?
Oh yeah, man, I'll do it. Now Jake Paul has gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
Since then, he has gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
But I still think that I win. So we'll see.
You know what I'm doing here, y'all. You know what I'm doing here. I'm just reviving a little something, just asking questions.
Look, that is never going to happen. You know why?
Why?
Because Jake Paul will be ended. What is it? When is the fight with Tyson?
In November, I forget the date, but
whatever the date is, that's going to be the last you guys see of Jake Paul.
You heard it. I'm just saying, MVP Promotions. Man. You already know what's up. We've been in contact. Right. Anyway, just asking questions. Devin Haney, man. Devin Haney was caught in a video last weekend, if I'm not mistaken, at a carnival in Cali.
Saw that.
And I guess his crew got into it with a civilian, they call it, and we can see in the video that he threw a punch, and then his boy went in and started fighting the guy, and Devin walks away. Is Devin's career on hold? I mean, looking at all this stuff here, like he's become so unlikable in the boxing community, it feels, and even outside of boxing, that I almost feel like the next fight he has, they're going to have to put him in with somebody that he for sure can beat, number one. Or number two, like, do you think he's damaged after this fight?
I think he could be damaged. You look at Cotto after the Margarito fight. Was Cotto ever the same?
No, absolutely not. Cotto.
He wasn't the same Cotto.
Different.
Yeah, and of course, Margarito got caught with the hand wraps. Ryan Garcia gets caught dirty taking a steroid that he shouldn't have taken. And Devin, that was a brutal fight for Devin.
Yeah.
Dropped several times, took a lot of shots. It could have changed him. He may not be the same, but we have to wait and find out. And you're right, they got to put him in with a soft touch. Next fight, and then go back to the level he was on. Because, prior to the Ryan Garcia fight and up until that fight, we're thinking Devin Haney's the next superstar.
Yeah. Because
the way he looked against Regis Prograis, I said that's the best I ever seen him look. I was like, I don't see anybody beating him looking like he did against Prograis.
Yeah. But he had that Shakur Stevenson type feel in regards to like just playing defense and like just being smart in the ring.
Right. So time will tell. We have to wait until his next fight to see. But the things that he's doing outside of the ring, questionable.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You know what I mean? Because look, America loves a comeback. Okay, America loves for somebody to fall on their back, then get back up and get back up to the top.
Sure.
So that's what would be the case with Devin Haney if he's able to redeem himself. I would have a couple fights, then go right back to Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
Drug tested though.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just
drug test.
That whole thing. I just don't understand how they didn't drug test. Like, what? How do you miss doing that?
I don't know, man.
And if he did it, you didn't catch it. Like, still so many questions to that in itself. A couple more fights here that are coming up here. Obviously, Ryan Garcia, is suspended for this year.
He should be.
Brian Norman Jr., who we've talked to on the show a couple months ago, seeking a unification bout with Enos.
Ooh.
And that would be huge for Brian Norman.
It would be.
I think Brian deserves it too.
Yeah, Brian out of Atlanta. What's up, Brian?
What's up, ATL? Brian? But how do you think Brian fares in a fight like that with Enos? I mean, Enos is basically a superstar, in his own right.
Really like Brian.
Yeah,
I really like him.
Yeah,
you know, cool cat and everything. We interviewed him, but putting my boxing analyst hat on, I still got to go with Boots.
Toughest fight of his career, without a doubt.
Yeah, because I think Boots just brings too much to the table. You know, going, right, left. Everybody's saying that, strong, big welterweight.
Yeah.
And everybody's saying, well, he's not ready for Terrence yet, this and that. I don't know. I think he's ready. But Terrence ain't looking at him yet.
No, not yet.
Terrence like, look, I want Canelo.
Yeah.
Because if Terrence loses to Boots, there's no more Canelo fight.
Exactly.
So he's got to go for the money first.
Exactly.
Back again to business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as we go through here, Anyway has a fight also on September 3rd on ESPN Plus against Duhaney. So we're happy to see Anyway. I just
win.
Who?
I said win.
Yeah.
He ain't beating the monster.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be in Tokyo. I just can't wait for Anyway to come over to the States, and I want to see that. I want the United States fans to see this guy.
Do you think Anyway could come up and fight like a smaller 135 pounder, 140 like Lomachenko?
That's
or somebody like that.
I don't know, man. Weight is important in boxing. You can't jump 2 weight classes and think you're gonna be the same.
Yeah.
You can still pull it off, but that's gonna be a tough fight.
You have to meet somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, you got that's why catch weight fights were made.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But I'm excited that he's back in the ring. He's a superstar to me, man. I just want him to experience the United States demographic.
No, he's a great fighter, man.
You guys got to check him out. If you don't know who he is, to me, he's the number 1 pound for pound in the world, then Fury, then Terrence.
What?
That's my order. That's my order thing. So,
did you say Fury?
I mean, I'm sorry, Usyk.
Yeah.
Sorry, Usyk too.
So you got Tyson Fury on the brain.
Sorry, no, Usyk.
Yeah.
What Usyk is doing is
Tyson Fury dreams, man.
Yeah. No, I said that wrong. It's 1 Anyway, 2 Usyk for me and Terrence.
Hey, but I'm gonna tell you, I got a new favorite.
Ooh,
Bakoli.
Oh, Bakoli is not.
Oh,
he's nice,
man.
Yeah, he's gonna be nice. I'll give you that. That's good.
And the one fight that he lost, I think he separated.
He was injured.
He had an injury.
He was injured.
And I mean, I love his style, the way he just stands there like George Foreman and just comes. You look like you can hit me, but you can't take this pressure I'm putting on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a hell of a fighter.
Last thing we'll talk about here is a guy, Danny Swift Garcia, who's going for his third division title. For obviously first time in his career, if he can complete that versus Adesanya Lara. And it's a fight of 2 different complete boxers, right? Lara is a counterpuncher, moves away, and Danny's the prowler, right? He's the aggressor. So we're gonna see a lot of that happening, and it's gonna be basically from what we know, it'll be, can Danny cut off the ring and get to him?
Yeah, and here's the thing: Danny needs to cut off the ring because Yaroslav Ilanda is a mover. We saw what he did with Canelo, the way that he moved against Canelo.
I almost thought Canelo lost that fight.
Close fight, really close fight. I mean, that fight could have gone either way.
It was close. I almost thought he lost, but yeah.
But when Danny cuts the ring off, he's got to let his hands go. That's been Danny's problem his whole career, not letting his hands go enough. And from all of the guys that have fought him, they say, man, he cracks, man.
Yeah.
He's one of the hardest punches.
Ask Amir Khan what happened.
Yeah. They say he's one of the heaviest punches they've ever been in the ring with. So what he has to do is just let his hands go more than usual. I mean, because he's going to have to slow Lara down.
One thing that Danny does well is he sits on his punches.
He does.
And that left hook especially. But I feel like with a guy like Lara, you got to be very careful because if you sit in a lot or you if you're too non-mobile, that's when Lara can pick you apart.
He can, but also Danny has a great chin as well.
Yeah.
And I think with his championship pedigree, he's still younger than Lara.
Yeah. And Lara's like 40.
Yeah, he's been around a long time. I'm gonna pick Danny Garcia in that fight.
Yeah. Same. I think Danny can pull it off, and it'll be a great accomplishment for him. It stinks that he couldn't beat Sean or he couldn't beat Keith Thurman, his two nemesis at the time.
Yeah.
And I attended both fights, and let me tell you, it was quite frustrating because he wasn't throwing punches like you said.
Yeah.
But yeah,
but he's fought the best of the best.
Yeah.
You know, like Errol Spence he fought, you know, and then the fight with Errol, Errol won the fight, but I still thought Danny was in it all the whole way through.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, finally we're gonna end the show with women. Okay. Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. I cannot wait for this fight, man.
Me either, man.
Like,
first one, yeah.
I told you already, you know, when the first fight, I literally shed a small tear at the end of that fight because how beautiful these ladies were just going at it.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if it can live up to the hype of the first one, you know, where we spoiled it the first time, where we see things. But the big question is, can Amanda pull this off? Or did she even win the first fight to you?
I actually thought the first fight was a draw.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, I did. I thought the first fight was a draw. I think that this one is a 50-50 fight as well. It's been, what, 2 years now?
Yeah, it's been like, 2 years.
2 years. Both of them have had a couple fights. Both of them, I mean, you know, boxing will age you, you know, so they're a little older now. I don't know. They're going to have to stand there and go toe-to-toe with each other. If they stand there and go toe-to-toe with each other, though, I got Serrano.
Serrano, yeah.
Yeah, because I think she just has too much power for Katie.
Yeah.
But if Katie's able to move around and everything, and, you know, but it's both of them tough women, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't wait to see it. You remember when Serrano was on her walkout?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
it was just
Madison Square Garden went crazy, man.
The whole it was crazy. It wasn't Madison. It was the arena. It was at the arena. It wasn't at the theater.
Yeah, it wasn't at the theater. You know, when she comes out, I'm from New York with who sings that song?
No, not Fat Joe.
Not Fat Joe. I'm from New York. I forget it.
Yeah, but I know you're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, her walkout, man, was great.
Yeah,
you know?
She's great. She's a great crowd pleaser. Outside and inside the ring, so she does her thing. But I can't wait for that fight. And I just want to ask you still is Clarissa Shields your GOAT?
She is now.
She came on that press conference before that fight.
Yeah,
and she told everybody, Amanda, all of them, Taylor's, I'm the one.
She is now. I mean, because you know what? She's bigger than everybody else. You know, and until she fights somebody her size with her skills, she's not gonna have a challenger.
No,
you know.
We'll see.
But
Olivia, we're looking for you.
Yeah,
let's go.
Olivia, let's do it. But she better stop talking about fighting men, though.
Yeah. We don't want to see her.
Yeah, we don't want to see her get hurt.
Down.
Yeah,
bad.
Yeah, we don't want to see her get hurt.
It has nothing to do with. It has nothing to do with being sexist. It's just
we're not sexist at all, but you just can't.
Gotta be careful,
man, you know. Yeah, because the one time that she did, she got dropped.
Yeah, she got dropped. Yeah,
in I think in a sparring session.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's just different.
She's also had her fair success in sparring sessions with men.
Success, but when you're trying to fight Keith Thurman,
yeah,
former welterweight champ, you can't do that.
It's tough.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
That's tough.
Yes.
Well, people keep proclaiming me and you to get in the ring to spar. Never gonna happen because I feel the same way. You have no idea how many DMs I get. Like, when you go spar Kendall? I'm like, never.
We can get in there and move around a little bit.
No, for sure. We could do a little spar.
Get in there and move around a little bit.
That's nothing.
You know, nothing big.
Give me to lose 5 pounds. We'll be good. We'll be good. All right, man. The Parley sponsored by Glory Wash Pro. Don't forget, if you need any type of special water pressure cleaning, also as well as house cleaning, roof cleaning, they take care of all that. You got to check them out. The link is in the description about Glory Wash Pro. You need to check out what they do. Contact Johnny Castro. KG, man, have a good week.
You too.
And go Bears.
4-0, baby. Preseason.
The best preseason I've ever seen in my life. It's the Parley. All right.
What does that 4-0 really mean?
It don't mean What's up, guys? TLO here for the Parley. 15-year NBA veteran Kendall Gill there. Don't forget to subscribe to everything you see there in the description box. We want to hear from you guys. And, of course, hit that bell for the notifications. Like that, you know what's going on.
Hit it.
By the way, just want to make sure you know, Tyson Fury has never lost a fight to Deontay Wilder.
And this is untrue. He lost the first fight.
I don't even want to hear it, bro.
He lost the first fight.
I don't even want to hear it, bro.
He lost the first one.
He did it, bro.
He lost the first one.
He did it, bro.
You have yet to watch that fight with him. He lost the last two, but not the first.